Morgan after we
promise it won't go off this time.
What's okay?
I just disturbed everything.
Is that Wilson?
Questions?
So last week, or the last game, not last week, but the last game, what was did you meet your expectations? Did you feel that the team performed in the way that you guys had, worked in practice and you perfected?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of good things. There was a lot of things that I liked from that game, and certainly we had a lot of things that we needed to work on, and those were addressed in a very lengthy film session on whatever day we came back on, Wednesday, I guess it was. And the other thing we did is we got a first look at Bethune, who we play this Saturday as well. So we were in there for a very long session, and now the big thing was last couple days was working on the things that we need to address. I did think we competed. I thought we competed very well. You see that team obviously is very talented with a tight game of Creighton last night, and a team that poses a lot of problems with 5 guys out there that can knock down a shot. So going into that one, I talked about this after the game. That was a very tough team to prepare for because they're very disciplined. They shoot a ton of threes, and they can get going like they did in the second half. Even when we got up 15, they made the run on us and made it a game, and then I'm proud of the guys the way they finished. I thought we really executed down the stretch, and a lot of that had to do with stringing together stops. So, now the big thing moving forward here, the challenge on Saturday, it's a very athletic team. It's a team that was 15th in the country in transition a year ago. We have to do a great job getting back and trying to limit easy baskets early in that game so they don't get confident on us. But, it's good to learn from a win. And believe me, everybody that's in our position right now has plenty to learn, especially from these early season games. But, proud of our guys for the way they finished that game for sure.
What were some of the focus points during that film session that you wanted to kind of hammer home?
Yeah, just, we have to continue to do a better job blocking out consistently. And we chart every single one of them in practice. We do block out drills every day. And I do think our guys have carried that over. We've had a really good week on the glass. And we ended up, I think, out-rebounding that team by 10. But they run a very unique system where they crash everybody. They run to the back and try to get long tip-outs. First half, we talked about it the other night, we give up 15 second chance. That's really what kept them in it. 15 of their 36 were second chance, and then we gave them 0 in the second half, and that's what allowed us to pull away on a couple of different stretches. The other thing is developing a killer mentality and finding a way when you get up 15 to hopefully push that thing up to 25 or 30, not letting it get back down under 5, and that's what happened. So, again, adversity, I thought we handled it pretty well for the most part. That continues to be something that I think we all worry about in this business is how you're going to handle that, because it's going to hit you every time you step on the floor. But I thought we did a solid job with handling adversity the first time we played.
Developing that killer mentality, is that just a mental thing, or is there a way you train that?
Yeah, you just try to put them in as many adverse situations as you can in practice and see how they handle it. Some days is better than others. It's easy to go out there and beat your chest and rah your teammate when things are going well. The challenge is how are you going to do when a team's going on a run against you. And for the most part, even when they went on their run the other night, I thought we stayed together. They were very attentive in the huddles. There was eye contact. So those are the things you look for. We've had 2 tough days of practice. Today was almost a game-type load, a lot of scrimmaging, a lot of getting up and down because of all the things that we still need to get better at. But tomorrow we'll lighten it up and hopefully get our legs fresh for this game on Saturday, because it's going to be a fast-paced, high-energy game, and we need to stay together for 40 minutes.
How beneficial is it to face an opponent like Rio Grande Valley that really has no interest in shooting inside the three-point line, and then go up against a team like this that's going to be transition and a lot of mid-range games, just 2 contrasting styles?
It is, yeah, and they we've had great looks. I've been really pleased with the 3 opportunities that we've had so far with Utah, with Grand Valley, now with UT Rio Grande, of giving us 3 really good looks of what we're going to see as the season progresses, especially in league. And they do a lot of things that test you with their pressure, with their ability to crash the glass, and obviously their ability to shoot. And then this team they will go quite a bit into the ISO, and they've got guys that are very talented in those mid-range spots. Reggie Theus obviously has been doing this a long time at every level. I worked with Reggie in Minnesota when he was in the coaching staff and I was in the front office. So I think the world of him, and he's going to have these guys prepared.
Having looked at the film, what stuck out to you about how you're able to cut down the turnovers in the second half to get 9 in the first 4 in the second?
Yeah, that's obviously a key for us. Sometimes we get a little sped up out there and over-penetrate, dribble into a crowd, and when we make simple plays, we're pretty darn good, and we keep our spacing. And first half I thought we just got in there a little bit too deep. We had a couple, I didn't think Juwan's charge was right, and the referee admitted to me that he missed it, and then Burke's travel in the second half where he stepped on the guy's foot, and one called a foul, one called a travel. So I think for the most part we did a solid job at taking care of the ball, but we talk every day about valuing possessions, getting a good quality look on the board, and again, when we make simple plays, we're a pretty good team.
When you guys are looking at things in preparation for a new season like this season, in your scheduling, do you kind of understand what your expectations are in league, and do you kind of schedule teams to kind of give you that type of feel as you progress through the season?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's tricky. You have no idea what teams are going to look like when you go through the schedule. When we scheduled UT Rio Grande, they added 12 new players after the game was already scheduled. So you just really don't have any idea in today's landscape with what a roster is going to look like when you actually suit up. The St. Mary's game, we know they're going to be good. They're going to be disciplined. They're going to be tough. They're going to be able to shoot. Creighton, obviously, every year puts you in all kinds of difficult scenarios with their ability to shoot it all over the floor and their playmaking. So those the games in Hawaii are going to be very beneficial for us. We're going to play 3 good teams over there. UT Rio Grande obviously was a heck of a challenge for us. So I like the schedule, but when you're putting it together, it's hard to know exactly what they're going to look like, except for the Creightons and the St. Mary's, the game up at the Pentagon.
With the 3-point shooting, I guess what have you seen kind of carrying over about why that's struggled in the tests you've had so far? And I guess, do you maybe look to try to set guys up a little bit more for shots, like intentionally with design plays, like you did with K-State?
Yeah, we're always going to take what the defense gives us, and I know I talked about this the other night. Our advantage was in the paint in the game. I think we had 40 in the paint, took 35 free throws, so we were going to continue to go to that until they stopped it. And we got Bryce going with a 3 play. We called for him early. We ran a couple for Connor there late, and then Gavin hit 4 of them in the exhibition, and I thought I had 3 really good looks in the game the other night that I'm confident that he'll knock those down when he's open like he was. So yeah, we'll have our package when guys get it going, but again, our advantage the other night was with our size and getting the ball in the paint and getting fouled.
As now you have traditional point guards. So in transitions now, is it kind of you feel that you're running for opportunities and you feel comfortable with them being able to settle things down and get into the stuff that you want them to get into? You feeling that they're becoming an extended arm of you?
Yeah, 100%. And you guys saw what Raleigh, I've talked a lot about Raleigh and just how good of a job he does setting up the team. He's a calming influence out there on the floor. I thought Aaron gave us good minutes with his pace out there as well, and understanding when you have something, when you don't. I thought maybe the play of the game for us is when Raleigh brought the ball down the floor and found Connor streaking behind and hit a 3 to take it up to 7, and then we ran 2 plays for Connor the next 2, and he got a layup and he got fouled. So, those are the types of things that you want out of your point guards. And you talk about finding the hot hand and seeking out your shooters, especially in transition like he did. But yeah, you just see Raleigh's ability to back down a smaller guy and, play into the mismatch, and obviously his ability to set guys up. It's what he's done his whole career.
How did Sam and Andrew come off their return?
Yeah, they're doing fine. They both are still rusty. I think you saw some of that, but Andrew gave us a nice lift offensively in that first half. Defensively, he's still, got to get back to who he was. I thought he made some mistakes out there in that end, but he gave us a heck of a lift offensively, and it's good to get easy baskets. And I think he scored 6 straight out there before he was sucking all the oxygen out of the gym. So, but yeah, Andrew's talented. Sam, obviously, we finished a lot of games with him last year, and we put him in to help finish the other night with his ability to get stops and always be in the right spot defensively.
How much of an issue is conditioning right now, especially with your bigs?
Yeah, we still need to get better, and those guys are in there doing extra right now. We do extra work with them pretty much every day. With Andrew, I thought was in really good shape before he went down with the concussion, where he wasn't able to do anything. And we still need to get more extended time out of Braxton, out of Burke, and that'll come as we play. You can do as much running as you want in behind those closed doors, but it's different when the lights are on. So still have a ways to go with that, but believe me, we're getting extra conditioning in every day.
How much does Andrew's skill set kind of expand what you're able to do offensively when you have him?
Well, I just think it's a very unique package that we have this year. The guys that we can play at the 5, you have 3 completely different skill sets. Braxton's ability to put heat on the rim, duck in, punch it to him there if he can get deep post position. Andrew's more of a back to the basket and an ISO guy at the elbows. And then Burke's ability to bring the ball down the floor. We had a great back cut just in the flow of the game with Bryce there late in the first half. That he's a guy that can make that play similar to what Rink did for us a year ago. So just 3 completely different dynamics at that 5 spot, at the trail spot in our offense. And again, it's going to be a different guy every night, and that's what you continue to talk to the guys about. It's not going to be the same guy every time we step on the floor. We played 10 guys double-digit minutes. That's hard to do in a game like that that's tight. So again, if you play 10 one night, be ready to play 25 the next. That's just the way this team is built, and the way I've always done it is by feel and by instinct. And I told him, guys, there's going to be times I make mistakes with who I have in the games. And I'm always the first guy that I look at myself after every game, what I could have done better. But I'm just going to do my best to put the best guys on the floor to help us, give us the best chance to win. And again, guys are going to have to accept it, and we've got a mature group, and I think they'll be good with it.
You guys healthy otherwise?
Yeah, we're doing pretty well right now. Yep.
Anything else, Coach?
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Maybe
Yep.
a few minutes.